Hey guys, welcome back to the Virtually Free podcast. Today we are going to talk about something so important and so vital to the success of your business, and that is how to avoid burnout. You guys know I'm a huge advocate for setting boundaries as a virtual assistant, and that is my number one way that I avoid burnout. I set very clear boundaries. All of my clients and even my Virtually Free Academy students know when I'm available, what my time for response is. I'm very clear about what to expect as my student and as well as my client. And I think that has really helped me separate and control my work-life balance. Now, sometimes things happen, emergencies come up, and I have to handle things accordingly. So maybe that means working on a Sunday or working a little bit after 3 p.m. on a Thursday or whatever the case is, but I have very clear boundaries with everyone that is within my business. I prioritize self-care for myself. That is a piece to avoid burnout. So what does that mean? It means making time for activities that I love. I love reading. It's one of my passions. It's something that I do for fun. A lot of people ask me, how do you have time to read all these books? You know, you have your virtual assistant agency, you also have the Virtually Free Academy, plus a family and a household to run and sports and activities. How do you balance it, and how do you plan these things for yourself? Well, for me, I wake up early and I do my journaling and my devotional and just my quiet coffee time. That's what I call it. And then also in the evenings, as I'm getting the kids to bed, I sit with them. And as they're drifting off, I'm often sitting at the end of the bed and I'm just reading. That's my time. Even though I am still with my children, I'm still putting them to bed, helping them get into their, soothing, relaxing nighttime routine. I still take a little bit of a break for myself during that time. It's quiet. I have a very dim light that I use, and I read. Now, something else that I do is every now and then I will take a barre class, and that is, it's like Pilates basically, and I don't get to do it as often as I would like because of my schedule that I have created. But again, you work for yourself. If I wanted to prioritize barre class and doing the Pilates, then I would just change my work schedule and go. The third thing I do, and this is also something that has helped me scale as quickly as I have, is I prioritize and I outsource and I delegate. Now, you know me, I have a team behind me that works very closely with me and my business, and I work with them side by side. Although they report to me, I still consider them my partners. They are an amazing group of virtual assistants and freelancers who help me run my agency. And so when I bring a new client on, I'm very upfront with them about what I'm involved in, what I plan to delegate out, what I can manage, etc. And I outsource and I delegate the things I do not love. That is a very great way to avoid burnout. Burnout often comes from when we are doing things repetitively, not taking breaks, and we're doing things that we don't enjoy. So we get very sick of it very fast. So if you can identify the things you do not love and outsource them, you are more likely to be happier, you're gonna have less burnout, you're gonna be less stressed, and believe it or not, you're gonna make more money. And if you have ever heard about me or heard me talk about the Scale to Six Figures Mastermind, that's exactly what I teach you. I teach you to discover what you love, what you don't love. I teach you what your pricing should be, and I also teach you how to outsource and hire and begin not necessarily an agency, but how to outsource so that you can avoid burnout and scale to six figures. I'm gonna put the link to that mastermind below, but you can visit it at virtuallyfreeacademy.com/scale to six figures. and get all the information there. The next thing you need to do to avoid burnout is time management. So that means having a set routine within your office and understanding how to manage the balance between family time, client time, and you time. So with all of that comes what? Outsourcing, delegating, and knowing when to manage them and when to let it go and let them handle it. Learning to say no goes along with the boundaries. So now we're on number 5. Saying no does not mean never. Saying no means I'm at capacity at this moment. However, I will be able to take this project on in 2 weeks. However, I will be able to take this project on and my team can help me. So saying no is not always a bad thing. Understanding what the red flags are and saying no is a beautiful thing. You will avoid stress, heartache, financial hardship, all of the above. Learning to say no will change your life. Let's move on to number 7. Number 7 is scheduling regular breaks. This has been such a game changer for me. I used to lock myself in my office and just work, and I got exhausted very, very quickly. So schedule breaks. And you can do this on your phone. You can set a timer on your phone, on your computer, on your watch. There's actually a little gadget. I just saw it on my ads on Instagram. It's like a little round clock and you can turn it and you can set it to 15 minutes, 1 hour, whatever it is. Work on everything in increments. Not only does it make your day seem shorter, but it also gives you a moment to go take a brisk walk outside. Go play with your kids. Go to drink of water. Now, practicing mindfulness is something I'm just now getting into. It is not yoga, it's not breath work, but it's just kind of being aware of how I'm feeling. Am I feeling stressed? Am I feeling overwhelmed? Am I hungry? Am I tired? Is my body telling me that I'm pushing too hard, I'm getting sick? Just being aware of myself really helps me understand, okay, I need to take a break. I really don't like doing this work. I'm gonna go ahead and outsource it. And that's an amazing way to help you avoid that burnout feeling. All right, number 8, physical activity. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but I'm telling you, stopping during your workday and going for a walk, going to get the mail, running up and down your stairs a few times and getting your blood pumping, it does something to your brain and your mindset and it refreshes you. If you've seen Legally Blonde, you know exercise gives you endorphins and endorphins make you happy, and happy people don't kill their husbands. They just don't. So take a break, get your heart flowing, that heart pumping, and trust me, you will avoid burnout very quickly that way. Number 9, staying organized. This goes hand in hand with time management. So when you plan your day and you have it set out and organized, you're going to feel more prepared and more relaxed when those emergencies do happen. And trust me, they will, but it's up to us as the CEO of our business to handle it how we want. For me, it's quickly for me to start spiraling and thinking ahead and trying to plan and do all the things at once. But when I stop and step back and organize my day out, I am so much more productive. And by 2 o'clock, when I stop, or whatever the day is, whatever the time is, I'm still living. I still have energy. I still feel great. And I can successfully then do the rest of my tasks as a wife and as a mom. Number 10, celebrate the wins. If you are just working, and you're not stopping and celebrating even the smallest of wins, you will feel like, what is the point? Why am I doing this? You'll feel that burnout. You'll feel maybe even anger or resentment against the tasks that you have to do for clients and even to run your day-to-day household. So celebrate the small wins and don't set unrealistic goals. So how can we celebrate small wins? Let's say you have to do social media planning for a client. 30 days worth. If you complete it, amazing. I love that. Do something small for yourself. Go make yourself a cup of tea. Go get a cup of coffee from Starbucks. Go do something fun, something small that rewards yourself. If it's a bigger project that you've been working on, perhaps you do something a little larger for yourself. Like for me, I recently increased my income and I wanted to do something to celebrate that. So I went out and bought a purse. That's my preference. You can do and celebrate you however you'd like, but that's what I did. And then finally, unplug. If you do not want to experience burnout, or if you feel like you're on that tipping point of burning out as a virtual assistant, unplug. Take a break completely. Do not pick up your phone on the weekends. Don't open your computer on the weekends. Fully disconnect and be present with your family, with yourself, with your friends. There's a magical little setting on your phone, and it's called DND, Do Not Disturb. And when you turn that on, clients are notified that you're not taking messages at this time if they text you, and it's amazing. You can choose to see the notifications or not. I have specific D&D times set for sleeping, holiday, and work. Because if you have an iPhone, you can set that up and it will change your life. Change your life. I have clients all over the world, so my phone was going off at 2 a.m., 8 p.m., all sorts of crazy times. So I took advantage of the software within my phone and the settings within my phone, and I set up regular workflow schedules. So for example, on the weekends, my phone on Friday at 8 a.m., my D&D for weekend goes on, and I do not get any messages from Voxer, Slack, or my email. Do I go in and check them? I do. But I am not, if I am, at Disney on the weekend and my phone goes off, I'm not like, oh, my phone's going off, I need to check it because somebody needs me for work. My phone doesn't go off for those things anymore. So the next time I open my phone and if I choose to open Slack, if I choose to open my email, then I'm setting my boundaries that way. I'm acknowledging I'm ready to work. I'm ready to process whatever information might be lying within that message. So utilize the tools that you have on your computer. If you have an Apple Watch, on your Apple Watch, whatever it is, make sure that you're accessing the things that have been already built into your technology to help you avoid burnout and set boundaries and learn to say no. And you can even, if breathing does help you, there is a mindfulness setting on your iPhone that you can open up and say, I want to breathe for 3 minutes, and just sit there, and it will literally tell you, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Utilize the things that we already have. You don't have to go out and buy another program. You don't have to go out and download a app to help you do these things. These sort of things are free and readily available for you on most phones and watches and things like that. So as we move into the most busiest and greatest time of the year, which is the holiday season, please try to incorporate some of these tips that I've given you. You will be amazed at how refreshed you will feel during the day when you stop and take a break, when you get your blood flowing and pumping, when you drink water, when you eat a little bit better. These things all contribute to the success of you and the success of your business. If you are burnt out, it will show in the quality of your work. So it's super important that you are aware of how you are feeling mentally, physically, and emotionally to ensure that you can be the most successful at what you're doing. If you are looking for more support in some of these areas that I've explained, I really encourage you to join the mastermind. There is so much amazing content within that mastermind that's going to help you not only find what you love, center yourself, and just scale your business, explode it to whatever that magical number is for you a month. That is what the mastermind is for. It's a group of women, a group of entrepreneurs that said, I'm ready to step into the CEO position of my business, of my life, and I'm just ready to take charge, and that's what we're doing. So if you are ready, I am ready for you. You get one-on-one calls with me. There's group sessions, there's co-working sessions, there is discounts only to the mastermind members within that group. I just created a brand new resources portal. There is so much good stuff in there, and I'm inviting you to join us. You can get started today. Email me, DM me, or just visit the Virtually Free Academy website. It's virtuallyfreeacademy.com/scale to 6 figures, SIX figures, and you can start today. Until then, here's to living virtually free.